Somewhere between memory and longing, there lives a season. And for me, that season has always been Christmas. But not the kind with quiet snow and cinnamon spice drinks. Not the ones with picture perfect houses draped in gentle lights. No. The kind I knew was louder, warmer, full of chaos and clutter and care. Back home in the Philippines, Christmas wasn't just a day. It was a season stitched into the final quarter of the year. It started in September. Jose Marichan's voice would echo through every mall before Halloween even had a chance. Lanterns, or we so-called parol, would bloom like glowing stars outside homes. Christmas trees were assembled while we still sweat through tropical afternoons. And you knew the season had truly arrived when children started singing carols with handmade instruments, bottle caps flattened into tambourines, and when dawn masses turned sleepy kids into early risers. If only for the promise of warm puto bumbong and bibingka after church. Christmas was always a collection of moments. The waiting, the gatherings, the smell of food cooked in batches for reunions that filled rooms with laughter, gossip, and familiar chaos. Even the countdowns before midnight weren't just for New Year's Eve. We did it on Christmas Eve too. Because we celebrated being together. But over the years, as I grew older, something shifted. Not all at once. Slowly. At first, it was subtle. During college, then med school, and then residency. Holidays began to feel like checkpoints rather than celebrations. Another thing to get through, another date on the calendar. There were still decorations and songs and parties with colleagues. But the joy felt manufactured. Like I was attending a version of Christmas instead of living it. I told myself it was adulthood, that maybe the magic of holidays was for the young, and I was too busy building something bigger. I thought, maybe this is what growing up means. Learning to let go of things that once made your eyes light up. And then I moved to Canada. I remember my first snow, like it was a dream I didn't believe would come true. The flakes fell so gently, like time paused for a moment to remind me the world could still surprise me. And the Christmas markets, beautiful, polished, dotted with soft lights and people in scarves, sipping warm drinks. It was simply cinematic. But something about it felt quiet. Too quiet. Back home, Christmas was in the air by September. Here, it crept in only weeks before, tucked between commercial breaks and storefronts. And when it came, it didn't feel like it wrapped the streets. It felt like a scheduled event, neatly slotted into winter routines. There were no carolers knocking at your door, no noisy neighbors roasting lechon on the sidewalk, no community contests for the biggest Christmas lights display, no chaos, no clutter. And for a moment, I wondered, was it just nostalgia? Or had something truly been lost in translation? Because nostalgia is a strange thing. It clings to you with the softness of a favorite blanket and the ache of a healed wound. It makes you miss people who are still alive, moments that no longer fit into your life, and places that have probably changed just as much as you have. And maybe it's not about wanting to go back. Maybe it's about mourning the version of you who once belonged. You see, the hardest part about spending Christmas far from home isn't the weather. It's the silence that replaces the noise. The stillness that creeps in when the streets outside are lit, but your heart feels dimmed. And that's when I realized something else. Nostalgia is a kind of love that lingers. It's the memory of belonging, the echo of laughter in rooms you no longer sit in. It's both a gift and a curse. But that doesn't mean we stop celebrating. Because even here, in the quiet, snow-covered streets of Vancouver, I've started to build something new. The twinkling lights may not stretch for miles, and the parties may be fewer, smaller. But the intent, the warmth, it still finds a way through. It finds me in the quiet dinners with my sisters, in video calls with family and friends back home, in making lumpia for friends who had never tasted before, in lighting a candle and remembering the years gone by. Maybe this is what growing up actually means. Not losing the magic, but learning how to carry it inside of you, even when the world around you changes. Because Christmas isn't really about the noise or the spectacle. It's about what stays when everything else fades. The feeling of being seen, of being together, even if only in memory. The pause that lets you breathe and say, I'm here, I'm still holding on. So this year, as the rain falls and snow flirts with the rooftops, I let myself remember. And then, I let myself begin again. Because maybe nostalgia doesn't ask us to return. Maybe it just reminds us of who we were, so we can better see of who we are now.